right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Oh, say can you see?
From Uncle Charlie's solo to a standing O for the Clydesdales, the best traditions in baseball kicked off at Busch.
It's a holiday, really. Opening day is a holiday.
We have team coverage of the Cardinals.
And our top story tonight, a weather first weather alert for Friday and Saturday. Thunder already rumbling in some areas right now. We're tracking when the severe weather threat arrives.
Here's a live look at the radar. Our Weather First team has been monitoring it all week to track when the severe weather will get to our area. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell with a timeline for when these storms arrive.
You know, we've already seen the storms start to pick up around the metro area. They're not severe. None of what we see during the overnight hours is expected to be severe. Could they create a little hail? Sure. Will there be some downpours? Of course. But we're not talking about severe weather during the overnight hours, even if you hear some of that hail, downpours, or rumbles of thunder. Pretty quiet out at Lambert right now. We had some thunder earlier. That batch has pushed off to the east now and lighting up your sky over around Greenville, Illinois, and about to push into Vandalia. You might even see some small hail with that. We broadened out the picture, and you can see there are more showers and thunderstorms rolling up Highway 44 and coming up out of southeast Missouri and out of the Ozarks through Centerville, Lesterville, heading towards Farmington and Deloge. Now, as we go farther back into the Ozarks, more showers, more thunderstorms. This whole area will be propagating north and east during the overnight hours. None of that is expected to be severe overnight. Now, the winds have already picked up this afternoon and they have continued into this evening. They'll be stronger tomorrow afternoon into Saturday. That has nothing to do with the thunderstorms. So these overnight thunderstorms are not severe. All of us are going to see wind tomorrow into tomorrow night and into Saturday. But our severe storm chances, that's really after lunchtime tomorrow into tomorrow evening, and scattered severe storms are possible tomorrow. This is not going to be a huge, everybody gets severe weather kind of event. It's going to be limited. We're taking a look at some of the latest guidance right now, and we'll give you an update in about 15 minutes. Ann?
We're watching the weather system around the clock, and you can get the forecast sent straight to your phone. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355, and you'll get a link sent directly to you.
We kick off another.
It's the jingle every Cardinal fan loves. Today, the Clydesdales made their annual trot around the field for opening day. The Cardinals Hall of Famers in their red jackets all proudly stood behind home plate. The fans cheered. And while an injury kept Adam Wainwright from taking the mound, it didn't stop him from stealing the show.
Is there anything he can't do? Waino surprised everyone, even his teammates, with his 2-minute rendition of the national anthem. He's pitched in a World Series, but he says this experience takes the pennant for his scariest moment at Busch.
That was the most nervous I've ever been on a baseball field, times 7. Like, not even close. Way more nervous. I had a blast. It's one of the most fun things I've ever done, honestly. The fans have always made me feel loved, and they especially did today.
He says he couldn't even get more than a minute or two of practice this morning because he wanted to keep it a surprise.
And Waino may have started the day on a high note, but the rest of the pitching staff couldn't get into rhythm. Our Frank Cusimano is here now to bring us up to speed on what happened during the game. Frank?
Yeah, before we get too worried about this Cardinal pitching staff, and it was brutal, remember 2 things. First, it's one game. Second, the Toronto Blue Jays are one of the best offensive teams in the sport. You can look it up. Now, we thought we were going to have a happy ending because in the 8th inning, Nolan Arenado had a ground rule double, which scored 2, and the Cardinals led it 9-8. But in the 9th inning, Ryan Helsley could not lock it down. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had the sac fly, which scored Kevin Kiermaier, and the Blue Jays win a wild one at Busch. The final 10-9.
It's unfortunate. A lot of contact, a lot of balls dropped. There's a lot of soft contact. There were some that weren't so soft. When you look at Miles and what he did, there was a lot of foul balls, which drove that pitch count up, and a lot of soft contact. Same with Hicks. You're looking at 3 singles in a row, and all pretty soft as well, but it's part of the game. It sucks.
A great offensive day is a terrible thing to waste. 15 hits and 9 runs for the Cardinals. Much more in this game, including an update on the injury to Wilson Contreras in about 15 minutes.
Frank. And even though it wasn't a Redbird winner, fans were just happy that baseball is back.
They also had some opinions about the new pitch clock. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski is live outside of Busch Stadium, where it is all quiet now. Laura?
Mike and Ann, while it's quiet now, fans were really excited today to be back in the stands and even just outside the stadium. They say even though we didn't get the win, they're really hoping for a better season.
It's a holiday, really. Opening day is a holiday. Everyone's happy out here. Everyone's enjoying the Cardinals.
The sidewalks, the stands, and Ballpark Village are all packed with fans with beers in hand, enjoying the buzz of St. Louis Cardinals opening day.
The crowds, the camaraderie, the devotion that St. Louis has for our sports team. We are everything when it comes to sports.
While the team spirit is the same, there are some changes to the game. Fans weighed in on the new pitch clock in place to set the pace.
It seems similar. It seems very similar. But I think they're just getting used to it. I think everybody's a little jittery about it, but yeah.
The pitch clock actually helps a lot. When you think there was almost, 35 hits today, it was incredible. It would have been a 4-hour game otherwise, but it was really good.
But Cardinals fans didn't quite get the result they wanted.
It was a great opening day, a long game, exciting, up and down, but, we didn't come out on top.
Let's go, Blue Jays!
These Blue Jays fans, however, will be flying home with a win.
Well, this was an exciting opening game, really quite amazing, back and forth. So really, we had the big win to start the first inning, and then all of a sudden it just fell apart, and then we come back at the end. So great stuff.
From the littlest fans to the longtime fans, they hope this season will be a great one.
Go I think really well. I think great offense. We hope that the pitching should be there, and we should do really well.
I think we're going to look good this season. I think we'll be fine.
Go Cards!
Blue Jays fans say while they had a great time at the game today, Cardinals fans are hoping for redemption. We have an off day tomorrow, and then we come back to hopefully beat the Blue Jays on Saturday and Sunday. Reporting live from Busch Stadium, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
And to watch all the best moments from Cardinals opening day, just head to the 5 on your side app.
Developing tonight. An American first. Hours ago, a New York grand jury indicted former President Donald Trump. Our Robert Townsend has local reaction to this historic move.
Well, I think this is going to be a big political circus.
With Donald Trump as the ringleader, says St. Louis University law professor Anders Walker. Thursday, a Manhattan grand jury decided to indict Trump, making him the first former U.S. president to face criminal charges. Professor Walker says right now it's not clear that the former president committed a major crime.
But New York State can't prosecute federal crimes. They might just get him on a misdemeanor of falsifying business records.
The grand jury was looking into $130,000 worth of hush payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels on the eve of the 2016 presidential election. Trump allegedly gave Daniels the money to cover up an affair he has repeatedly denied.
President Trump probably should have just paid Stormy Daniels $150,000 cash and left it at that.
Hush payments are not illegal, but Trump classified his reimbursement of the payout as a legal expense.
If they try to link this to a federal election law crime, the judge might say there's nothing here. It could go fast. If it's a misdemeanor, it might just be a fine. There could be a plea deal. Who knows?
After the news broke, Trump swiftly took to social media. In a post, he called prosecutors, quote, thugs and radical left monsters. The former president also called the historic indictment against him an attack on our country. The Republican frontrunner says despite being charged with a crime, he will continue his third run for the White House in 2024. Here's a reaction from St. Louisans.
Person of his caliber, I think he will get away of the charge. and he will still be able to run.
Now, I'm waiting on to see if he's convicted. That'll be, the straw that tells it all.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Trump is a Florida resident and required to appear for his arraignment in a Manhattan court. Earlier tonight, his lawyer confirmed to NBC News that the former president plans to surrender in person in New York next Tuesday.
A big shakeup tonight in the St. Charles County Prosecutor's Office. Tim Lomar announced his immediate resignation today. After 11 years in office, he says he's going into private practice. St. Charles County Executive appointed former Warren County Prosecutor Jennifer Bartlett as interim prosecutor. He hopes to nominate a permanent replacement before April 10th. The council will then have 15 days to reject that nomination, or that nominated person gets the job.
New tonight, a warning if you've eaten seafood lately. The health department says University City Supply Store was not properly storing products, causing a potential health risk. This company sells to individuals and restaurants. As 5 on your side's Brent Solomon explains, Seafood City is now ordered to shut down.
An empty parking lot is not typical here at Seafood City on Olive Boulevard in University City. I walked up to the front door only to be greeted by this: food establishment closed. The building now condemned by the Department of Health.
This is my favorite store for the seafood.
Gustavo Miranda runs the Mandarin House next door and shops at Seafood City for his restaurant.
Shrimp, crab.
He had no idea why his favorite supply store is shut down. We broke the news to him. Check out this health alert from St. Louis health officials. During the investigation, staff observed multiple refrigeration units holding foods above safe temperatures. There is a risk of foodborne illness when foods that require refrigeration for safety are not held at proper temperature.
This is how we grow bacteria in the lab.
Dr. Julie Mariner of Webster University understands why the health department took quick action.
Bacteria can double their numbers in 20-30 minutes.
Especially when food isn't stored at proper temperatures.
If you refrigerate food, bacteria particularly will grow very slowly or not at all. But when you increase, say, to room temperature or even just a little above refrigeration temperature, they can multiply very quickly.
She says heating up or cooking contaminated food doesn't make it safe.
I don't like this clothes because how can I buy my stuff?
Miranda hopes Seafood City can rebound and make things right. He says his business is down from all of the neighboring stores' foot traffic now gone.
I went to open because the customer come back.
Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
The health department says as late as this week, Seafood City was operating without a health permit. We contacted the store. We have not heard back. Health officials say if you've consumed food from that store, contact your doctor if you feel sick.